Oh, there you are. Hey, look it, guys. Heated gloves in Florida on the beach. So what the hell was that all about? But with the magic of post-editing, this box has not even been opened yet. And these are the SabotHeat electric warming gloves. And why would I need heated gloves here in Florida? Well, we'll get into that. But first, let's go ahead and get these opened up. I will check out the instructions on them. I will probably have to charge up the batteries that are in it, and I'll get back to you then, so stick around. All right, guys, I just opened the box. This is everything that comes out of the box. This here is your charging cord, and if you notice, it's a dual, so you can do both batteries at the same time. This is your instructions and your manual, your gloves themselves, and it has a nice little carrying case. There's a little attachment between the gloves to keep them together. So let me get into this. Right out of the box, this is what it looks like. These are the two 3,000 milliamp batteries that will go into each of these. And I'll explain all this. I'm going to get these charged up and we'll get these charging. There's no indicator light or anything on the batteries themselves, but on the, as you can see there, on the wall plug, it has a red light. It says in the manual that when you first get these, it may take 4 to 5 hours for complete charging or after a long period of use. So when that red light turns green, they should be charged up. So we'll come back to you after that. All right, guys, we got a green light. Let's get her going.
Okay, we are back. We got the gloves, and we got the two 3,000 milliamp batteries, and we're going to put them inside the glove. So let me do a close-up and show you.
All right, everybody, I got the batteries in here, all charged up, ready to go. Before we do that, though, let me just give you a few specs about the SabotHeat electric heated gloves here. They were new in 2022. They heat up in 3 seconds. Well, we'll find that out. There's two 3,000 milliamp batteries in it, which I spoke of earlier. Uniform heating throughout the whole glove, so I assume that's through the palms, up through the fingers, everything. It has advanced leather goatskin. Oops. So that must be right there, and I'll show that to you. In the very palm of it, in that area there is where the goatskin, and the rest of it around the fingers is leather, and then there's another material on the back. Let's see here. It also has a splash-proof design. I guess that means it's not 100% waterproof, but it's some kind of water resistance. So this is what they call carbon nanotube heating technology. Whew, that's a mouthful. Yep. I guess that's a bunch of years of them doing research on that. So SabotHeat, that's some specs about it. Let me show you how I got these batteries in here. It's very easy, really simple. You put one of these down. Inside here, if you can see that, there is a zipper, and that unzips or zips up when you put it in. And in here is that battery. And that battery, there is a cord right there. That just plugs into there. You slide it back into the pouch and you zip it back up. So they're all in there. These are your controls on it. There are 4 settings. You've got low, medium, middle, and high, or whatever. It goes from a low of white to the next is a green, and then it's like a violet purple color, and then it's on high, it's red. So let's go ahead and stick these on. Oh yeah, I'll show you something else on these. These fit me really good. These are a large. I have fat hands, but these fit me perfect. You can cinch them down around your wrist really easily, and they also have another area here where you can pull them even closer up to around your wrist for, you know, for snow or whatever. And they're really well made. The leather's nice. The fingertips there's goat skin on this fingertip, and they feel real good. Even like I said earlier, without all the fancy bells and whistles with the electric in it, these are nice gloves. So here we go. Now, like I said earlier, I think I mentioned this, that there's a bunch of other YouTubers and people that have done reviews on these. And one in particular is my friend Tim from Backpacking with Buckley. He took and demonstrated that on his right hand, he turned that one all the way up to red, real hot, and he kept his left one on white, which was the real low. So I was thinking, I'm really going to go outside the box here and get really crazy. I'm going to turn my left one all the way up to red and my left one down to white. My mama didn't raise a dummy, except I did get gloves in Florida. All right, so here we go. What you got to do is you got to hold this for 1.5 seconds and it comes on. Now my left one's on red, but you can see you can go down green to white. So let's go back to red. I feel that already. It's starting to warm up. I'll hold this one for 1.5 seconds and we'll go down to white on that. So you can see on my right hand, I've got it white. I feel that's starting to warm up a little, but not as much as the one on my left hand. My left. So it's getting warmer. According to their manual there, on this low setting, this battery will last approximately 8 hours. I don't know if that's true or not. I'll take their word for it. Regardless, I'm not going to sit here for 8 hours, and it would be a lot shorter on this. I think it's 2 to 3 hours if you keep it on red. So let me turn these off. This one, you hold it for 1.5 seconds, they go off. Hold it for 1.5 seconds, or 1.5 seconds, yeah, and they go off. So they're both off. Now, I can still feel the heat in them even after I turn them off. So what would I use these for? Well, obviously not here in Florida. I do travel in the van up north. I do go backpacking in colder weather. But I really feel that these are made for somebody that's up in really cold weather, like up in the snow. Ice fishermen, perfect. I grew up in the Catskill Mountains. My whole life I used to ice fish, or you go sit in a deer blind, your hands will be cold. Even skiing, maybe not skiing, but I know that you were constantly ice fishing, taking these on and off. And you know, for you guys out there that backpack and hike and all that in cold weather, when your hands are cold, you lose the dexterity, and you can't even light a lighter. Everything just seems to work harder. And if you have a regular glove, well, you can stick that glove on, but it's going to take time for your body heat to warm that back up again. Whereas these, they're instantaneous. I mean, you slip them back on, and you've got a warm hand again. So I feel that, like, situations like ice fishing or sitting around a camp, getting up in the morning from your tent, you're getting ready to make breakfast or coffee, you want to slip these on so your hands work properly, or even sitting around a campfire at night and do that. As far as backpacking, well, if you're going on multi-day trips, keep in mind that these have 3,000 milliamp batteries in each one of these. So in order to charge them up, which would take 4 or 5 hours, or even on regular AC current, it's probably going to take, you'd have to bring a couple 20,000 milliamp batteries with you. However, you could probably just use these in the morning for an hour in the afternoon, and still be able to prolong the battery life throughout the day. So I think these are really well made. I was wondering, you know, I was curious as hell about these when I saw everybody was giving them a good review. And I can see why. They're well made. I guess my only drawback for me is when charging them up, I was hoping maybe I could do it from a USB where I could use it in my van for my solars. But even still, I have an inverter there that would work for that anyway. So at the time I made these videos, I'll put a link below, but I think they were $60, $70. They're a good glove. They're definitely worth it to somebody who, like I said, hasn't that kind of need. Me, I don't think, being down here in Florida, I'm not going to be here long, but you know, I still don't feel that I'll probably be using them that much. So instead of not using them and just letting them lay around, I'm going to do these in part of a giveaway, whether it's a subscriber giveaway or just give them to somebody, one of my YouTube SabotHeat. Thank you very much for sending these to me. I do appreciate it. I do recommend these gloves highly. And, you know, electric gloves, who would have thought? But, yeah, I was really skeptical at first. But I think these are a winner. So, anyway, I am leaving on a trip in 2 weeks. And I'll see you guys there. So, thank you for subscribing. And